What you're about to listen to is a Bry-Fy production.
Comic book reviews. 50 nerd news. Heroes versus villains.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bry-Fy podcast. I'm your host, Bry-Fy the Comics Guy, and welcome to episode 151, which is going to be just a very short episode. It's going to be the Thanksgiving episode. Really, this episode, I'm not going to review any comics, don't really have much to talk about. Actually, I do have a bit of nifty nerd news that we'll just kind of briefly go over, but really I just wanted to say thanks, guys. The one thing that I'm really thankful for is you all, the listeners, the friends, the Twitter followers, Facebook, Twitch, everyone who's just interacted with me. Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure. It's been so great. Like I said, I'm super blessed to be able to have this podcast. I know I act stupid, crazy, vulgar, and all kinds of things, but honestly, at the heart, I'm so thankful for you guys. If it wasn't for y'all, I don't think I would ever have the drive to do this. I definitely wouldn't have the desire to talk to absolutely no one in the void of whatever the hell the internet is. But because of you guys, I have something to look forward to every week. I have something that I want to share with y'all every week. You know, my love for comics, my love for video games, just all kinds of those things. It's great. It's fun. And like I said, I'm just super thankful to have you all in my life, you know, and not just the listeners, the friends that I've made through podcasting. It's just been so amazing. Other podcasts that I've met because of this and befriended because of this, like comical podcasts, which sadly are no more. They're off doing their own thing. Miguel will be on the Critical Thinking podcast. And of course, Justin is doing, Speak No Evil, his comic book with George Tripsis, which leads me to the Metal Geeks podcast. Great podcast, a great group of friends. Trust Me, I'm a Jedi, Nerd Food, Nerdy Bitches. A lot of these that I'm naming are Houston area podcasts. You know, they're all really good. Friends are at BS Excluded, which are up in the Dallas area. I mean, the list goes on and on. You can check my website for all the podcasts that I follow. A lot of them are really good friends of mine, or I talk to them. I won't say they're my best friends. We're having Thanksgiving dinner this week. No, but I mean, we're friends. If I see them at cons, I go out of my way to, say, hey, thank you and stuff like that. And it's just been great meeting them. Also, not just podcast friends, but people who work at comic book shops, getting to meet all those cool people, creators, artists, writers, all kinds of different media stuff. It's been so much fun. It's just been a blast, guys, being able to podcast and be a part of the Houston nerd community, the Houston podcast community, which is probably one of the best communities that I've ever been a part of. And it's a really close-knit group of people who really look out for each other, really help each other. And it's just, it's a blessing, guys. Like, I couldn't have asked to start a podcast in a better area than Houston, Texas. It's been just, it's a trip, man. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's been the best experience of my short 28-year life so far. And hopefully I'm podcasting a lot longer now. I don't know if I'll be podcasting until I'm 80, because I don't know if I'll live that long. But I'm hoping to do it. But so guys, that's just kind of the things I wanted to be thankful for, just to kind of, get into the Thanksgiving mood of the holidays of Thanksgiving, and it's just been great. But I will give you guys some nifty nerd news real quick, and then I'll just get out of here, let you enjoy your time with your terrible family, your racist family, or maybe you have a great family. Maybe they're not crazy neo-Nazis or old slave drivers. I don't know what the hell your family is. I know what my family is, and it's a mess. That's what my family is. It's a mess, and I'm kind of glad I'm working tonight on Thanksgiving, because that limits the time that I have to be with my family, which sadly is a blessing to me. Anyway, let's move on to the nifty nerd news, and then we'll get out of here. All right, guys. So for Nifty Nerd News, we'll just quickly go over some things. I'm actually adding a hype meter now, kind of like a 1 through 10 scaling of just how excited I am for the bit of news that I'm about to give you. So take it with a grain of salt. These are my own opinions and my own hype on this. It's not some like national hype level or whatever, although that'd be pretty cool. It's Bry-Fy hype, hype fry. Whatever. I don't know. First, though, in Marvel TV news, the Inhumans will be coming to both the big and small screen kind of simultaneously. Well, kind of, not really. The first 2 episodes of ABC's Inhumans will actually play in like a special, like, one seating movie. So they're taking episodes 1 and 2, putting them together as one movie, and they'll be playing in IMAX theaters around the United States. Now, this is select IMAX theaters. Just check out your local one to see if you're going to get it. It's going to be happening late summer of 2017. And then, of course, the regular episodes will be airing on ABC after that. I've really enjoyed what Marvel's been doing with the Inhumans in the comic book, and along with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. introducing them. My hype meter right now is at a 6.10 on the Bry meter scale, I guess. I don't know. I got to find a cool catchphrase for it. Work on that for me. No. Up next, in FX TV news, I didn't even know this. They're working on a Y the Last Man series, and it's currently in development. It does have writers and now a showrunner, and the showrunner is going to be Michael Green, who is currently doing the adaptation of Neil Gaiman's American Gods on Starz. So that's pretty cool. That's really interesting. I loved Y the Last Man. When I finally got to read it, I read it through my local library for free because they, libraries are awesome like that. And they happen to have all the collections of Y the Last Man. So I definitely read through that story. Got my heart broke through it. Just a really great story. I'm really stoked to see how they tried to do this. And of course, the monkey, the ampersand that is in the story, it's going to be interesting to see. But hell, The Walking Dead's doing it with the tiger. So, I mean, why can't they do it with the monkey? Hype meter on this one is an 8 out of 10. DC Animated Universe, the trailer for Justice League Dark has aired. I don't know if you guys have checked it out on YouTube or any of your favorite nerd sites, but it's pretty awesome, man. It's featuring Zatanna, Deadman, Constantine, Swamp Thing, and of course Batman seems to be playing a big part of the Justice League Dark team. And then of course it looks like they're going to have a team up with just the regular Justice League. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think Batman's ever really been an actual part of the Dark team, so this will be interesting to me. But then again, I don't really follow DC stories that much, so I apologize for that, guys. As far as a hype meter for this one, I give it a 6 out of 10. It looked great. The trailer looked really great. It looked like the one thing that I do know about DC Universe is their animated movies are usually really on point. So I'm fairly stoked for this. Let's see. In more comic book movie news, an adaptation of Bone is in the works, and that's going to be turned into a movie. Director of Kung Fu Panda, his name is Mark Osborne. He's signed on to help write and direct the Bone movie. I don't know if it's going to be animated or how they're going to do it. Also, Adam Klein, who's a writer for the Artemis Fowl movie that's in the works, is going to be working on this story as well. And now, if you don't know anything about Bone, you really need to check it out. It is a Eisner Award, just multi-award winning comic book series. It's by Jeff Smith. It's just amazing. I've really liked what I've read of Bone. I haven't read the complete series, but as far as adapting it to a movie, I don't know. It's like, to me, it felt great as a comic book. I don't know how that's going to adapt to a movie. So my hype meter is kind of low on this one, and it's a 3 out of 10. And then the last thing that I have for you guys comes out of Image Comics, more specifically Robert Kirkman. It's 25-cent comics out of Image Comics, and it's in celebration of the Image's 25th anniversary of being a publisher. 3 of their comics will be on sale for 25 cents during the month of February in 2017. All of them, of course, are written by Robert Kirkman. Like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be The Walking Dead, Invincible, and Outcast. A lot of these comics are going to be kicking off new story arcs for the stories like Outcast and The Walking Dead. And then with the Invincibles, number 133, it's going to be the start of the final story arc for the series. And it's called The End of All Things. So this is a really big thing. Plus, I love being able to get like really cheap comics, 25 cents per comic. And these are like legit out there right now comics. Of course, Image has always kept their price point fairly low, $2.99 for their books and their blockbuster series. And so getting a chance to hop on the blockbuster series for only 25 cents, that's a really good thing. And it's a really cool starting point, So definitely something you guys should check it out. Walking Dead's great, of course. And if you've seen the TV show, I mean, the comic's that much better. Invincible is definitely a very different take on the superhero genre, and I recommend it to anyone who is tired of Marvel and DC but wants to try a superhero story. And then Outcast is a very slow, detailed burn, but dear Lord, is it an amazing story. Holy shit balls, man. It's amazing. In my next episode, I will be reviewing an issue of Outcast, and I hope you guys stick around for that next week's episode to check it out. But that is it for the Nifty Nerd News, guys. That's really all I wanted to talk about. Where can you find me? Of course, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, all my social medias. Everything is at Bry-Fy Podcast. That's Bryfy Podcast. You can email me over at Bry-Fy Podcast at hotmail.com. Give me anything, guys. Send me anything. Ideas, thoughts, things that you want to hear, things that you like, that you want me to talk about. I want to talk about it. I want to have conversations with you guys. I'm on Twitter constantly. Just shoot me messages, tag me in tweets or whatever. I will get back to you. I promise. I don't have shit to do other than take care of my son and play The Division on Xbox One. And if you play The Division or you play any kind of video games, I play Rocket League too. And every now and then I'll bust out the Halo, just kind of whatever. You can find me. My gamer tag is Bry-Fy Pod. That's Bryfy Pod, Pod. I'm on there all the time working things. Now that the Division 1.5 drop was Survival, I've been working on 1.5, collecting more gear, trying to gear up my character so I can rampage again. Playing Survival, I've quickly learned that I cannot play my normal play style here. You have to take things slow. You have to take things easy, or else you will die constantly. And I have been dying constantly. Of course, I've been playing PvP, and it's like the times that I'm doing really well, building up my character slowly and advancing steadily, players come up behind me and just rape the shit out of me. It's terrible. It's frustrating, but it's also amazing. Like, my heart is literally like, it flutters when I play Survivor in this world, and it's just a whole lot of fun. But anyway, guys, I'm done here. I'm gonna go inside work. I just got off work. It's 6:00 in the morning. I'm gonna post this real soon so you guys can listen, enjoy, and then get on with your family. Like I said, I didn't want to take too much time out of your day here, and so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Bry-Fy Podcast. Hell, maybe you enjoyed it so much this is how you want the Bry-Fy Podcast to operate from now on. Just really short episodes. I don't know. You guys let me know. I want to hear from you. I want to talk to you. I miss you, and I'm thankful for you guys each and every day that I think about podcasting or think about comics. I think about you guys, and I think about what I'm going to tell you and how I'm going to tell you. And so just thank you. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bry-Fy out.